and today we are going for a drive to experience the new CLA shooting brake. Let's go! .4 seconds. Wow, that's crazy. 4.14 to 60 miles per hour. This is absolutely mind-blowingly fast. And how does it drive in the 350 4MATIC iteration, currently the most powerful CLA? Alright guys, so welcome on board of the CLA, the new 2027 Mercedes CLA. This is the 350 4MATIC, so the most powerful version. And just now we'll go for a drive. I want to talk about how this car feels to drive, and also we'll measure with the Racebox Pro GPS timing gear, professional GPS timing gear, what kind of numbers can we get out of this car. So this has 354 horsepower, and 0 to 100 kilometers per hour or 62 miles per hour happens only in 5 seconds. So to 60 miles per hour it will be like 4.8. we will see in the GPS timing gear. And this one is the shooting brake, so it's sort of like an estate version or Wagon, let's say, but in the back it looks more smooth, more stylish. So yeah, that's basically what it is. I don't think this particular one will be selling in the US, but you can get the same car but as a coupe, which is also very similar. This will drive very similar. I don't think there will be like a difference on the road, because usually it's not a big difference in terms of the driving behavior between the coupe shooting brakes. So yeah, in my humble opinion, this is a really good car. It's based as a rear-wheel drive vehicle, and then in this iteration in the 4MATIC it also adds front-wheel drive when it's needed for performance or traction, like a smoothness. So yeah, it's essentially real drive like the bigger cars, let's say C-Class, E-Class, S-Class, these sort of cars. And if you get this CLA but as a hybrid with 1.5 liter, then you will get platform which is a front-wheel drive, so not as grown up, let's say, quote-unquote platform, more like I would say platform which is we can name this more like entry front-wheel drive. Okay, so let's see with GPS special timing gear. Foot on the brake. Let's go. And we can go back to comfort mode. 4.4 seconds. Wow, that's crazy. 4.14 to 60 miles per hour. This is absolutely mind-blowingly fast, so this is crazy. 0.6 seconds faster than quoted times, and I have to tell you, this feels much faster than 5 seconds because I already drive so many cars, so in my brain, in my muscle memory, it's already imprinted the feeling of certain powertrains and certain power levels, and this definitely feels more like yeah, like a 4.5 second car, definitely, because my own A35 AMG 2.0 liter feels similar in terms of the power. Of course it's different because you have gears, petrol engine, but essentially the sort of pulling power is very similar. And yeah, the numbers are just confirming my theory. So this one actually is really fast for what it is. And also the cornering capabilities are really fantastic with this one. Low center of the gravity with the battery, which in this case is 85 kilowatt hours usable capacity. We have ultra fast charging, so much new technology, 2-speed transmission. So at higher speeds this will engage the second gear and you will be going at much better efficiency at the higher speeds. It shifts, you can feel like a slight delay in power deployment at about, depending on the scenario, but I feel it between the 100 and 110 kilometers per hour. So between like let's say 60 miles per hour and 70, this will switch to second gear, and yeah, it truly drives better in terms of the efficiency thanks to the second gear. On this particular car, when I was actually taking this car, I had 100% state of charge and it showed me 550 kilometers, and people which driving this car, they don't really care about the efficiency, the customers, so they drive like they want, essentially. Full acceleration, that, traffic jams, faster speeds, slower speeds, so it's pretty realistic range, the 550. If you want, you can push it, I'm sure, to about 600 and yeah, who knows, maybe more. There was actually local from the neighbor country, local let's say journalists, which did on 250 plus the rear-wheel drive, they did 816, I believe, kilometers. So that's pretty crazy that they did so many kilometers. In miles you will see on the screen, but essentially this is really powerful what they could do with the 250 plus rear-wheel drive version. And yeah, this one being a 4MATIC, the range is a little bit down, but still not as big of a difference, and 4MATIC is really useful in many cases, so I would personally advise you to consider a 4MATIC. It's not a necessary, but you can consider it. So let's try a second pull. Okay, so this one is slightly faster, 4.39, just super small difference, 416, so to 60 miles per hour, a little bit slower, and to 100 kilometers per hour it's actually faster, but it's extremely small difference. So we can say with essentially confidence that this car can actually provide you with really consistent pulling power, and acceleration times are consistent, so that's really great. And yeah, the power is absolutely fantastic in this one. For many people 250 plus will be enough. That's that one has acceleration to, let's say, 100 kilometers per hour in 6.8 seconds, so it's about 2 seconds slower, the 250 plus. But in everyday life you don't use maybe that much the full power. I also drove the 250 plus, is on the channel, and yeah, to me it was fine for daily tasks. With this one you can overtake like cars much easier, similar to what you can do with A35 AMG. And this CLA will also have AMG version with axial flux motors from the GT 4-door, so that will be absolutely mind-blowing. I cannot wait to drive that one. And I think it should have the combustion, the virtual combustion mode, like the GT 4-door. So yeah, I don't really feel shooting brake difference with the coupe. Both are pretty much the same in terms of the silence. Sometimes the shooting brake, because the cargo area is actually, let's say, connected with the interior, like in the hatchback. In the sedan it's more enclosed, the cabin, so yeah, maybe sometimes you can feel that the sedan is like a quieter, but in this case this car is very quiet, so no like a big difference in terms of the silent noises. For me this is plenty silent. The biggest difference would be, I think, the tires, because the aerodynamic sound, it's really smooth. This one cuts through the air very easily. Also, one thing to keep in mind, that you don't know what kind of gear you are in either first or second, so it's sort of like just if you feel it. Also you have these new pop-ups. This is like a security measurement, so if you don't look at the road for a couple of seconds, if you look here on the screen, then the camera will recognize and it will tell you that you should look at the road, which is of course really important and really good, because half a second and you could be in trouble. So I think this is a good safety measure. And also I will be doing a long drive with this car, so stay tuned for that. There will be a separate video, and I'm really curious. I will go for a longer trip and what kind of numbers can we get out of this car. Today I'm driving, so far we have 15 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers, which is a solid number. And yeah, this is pretty slow driving, almost 2 hours for 78 kilometers, so that's like not fast driving at all.